Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Minato and Kushina Were Sent to Raise a Neglected Naruto. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And don't mind my voice, it's just that I have a flu. And yeah, my neck as well as my head hurts because of that. But yeah, aside from that, everything is fine. But that's because of the weather, not because of you guys, or that I did something stupid. Anyways, moving onwards, I hope you all are taking care of yourself. Stay tuned for a story on Meta What If as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, October 9th, in nighttime. As you go towards the outer skirts of the village, where we see screams could be heard throughout the village. As on the outer skirts, a huge visage of Kubino Yoko was looming over the whole village. The shinobis and kunoichis were trying their best to form a line of defense, but they were being flung left and right like ragdolls. They had no other choice but to just get back up and form another line of defense as the Kyubi advanced. Some of them had died like this, doing this again and again, and taking their charge was Hiruzen Sarutobi, who was also wounded, but was able to survive so far. Where the hell is Minato? As suddenly a huge toad appeared and headbutted the Biju, and Hiruzen immediately knew alongside the shinobis and konoichis who cheered that their Kage has arrived. As Minato went there, but he was not alone. Hiruzen noticed that he was carrying something in his arms, so he arrived next to him. Minato, what are you doing? No time to explain. Kushina is dead, and Biwaku-sama is dead. Know this much. A masked person attacked us. Everything was going great. He claimed to be Madara Uchiha. But how can that be? He casted a genjutsu over the Kyubi. Look into its eyes. And Hiruzen for the first time noticed that there was a different pattern inside the eyes of the Kyubi no Yoko. What? How can this be? You only know that in the history books only one man was able to do that. I know, and I don't like this one bit, Minato. But what are you doing with the child? He's my son. Protect him, Hiruzen-sama. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, what are you going to do, Minato? What I need to do. There's only one way to stop the Biju. You and I both know. I'm gonna use the Reaper Death Seal, make a contract with Shinigami. Minato didn't stop for a moment while he was speaking to Hiruzen, as he made the seals and seal pattern on Naruto's stomach. As he then stopped and placed both hands on his son's face and kissed his forehead. I know that you will do great, son. Me and your mother are proud of you. He used to be treated very fairly, Hiruzen-sama, because Kushina, she was reluctant. I made her agree. Don't make me regret this. I won't. I promise you this much. As the head was passed down to him, and the hand seals were made, and immediately the Shinigami appeared. The contract was made by Minato, and his soul was the price. And once it was consumed, we see that the Kyubi no Yoko was sealed again inside Naruto Uzumaki. Protect my son, Hiruzen-sama, were the last words of Minato. As now we see, Minato was then consumed by darkness. But once his eyes opened, the darkness began to turn into light in front of him. And then he was standing in front of Kushina in a white void. Kushi-chan, what are you doing here? How did you end up in Shinigami? I don't know. I arrived here and have been told to wait for you. I don't know how much time has passed. Where is Naruto? He's in the hands of Konoha. You made him into a Jinchuriki in the end, didn't you? I had no other choice. Look, I made Hiruzen-sama promise that my son will be safe. Our son will be safe. And you think Konoha will honor our wishes? They will have to. You do not need to worry about them, said a voice that was quite calm and demanded respect, as a man walked out wearing a black yukata. As behind him was a woman wearing a white yukata, and then there was a woman wearing a silver yukata. My name is Shinigami, said the man. This is Kami, and this is Yami, my sisters. And we have brought you here for only one reason, Minato. We have a task for you. A task? What is it, Shinigami-sama? Good to know that you are aware that your soul belongs to me, but if you want it to be free, you would have to do this task. You and your wife both. I'm sorry, what is the task, if you don't mind me asking? Said Kushina. As Shinigami stepped back, as Kami stepped forward. Well, it is to raise your son. As both of their eyes widened. I'm sorry, what? Let me rephrase it for you. Your son in another dimension. You see, your counterparts might have made some bad mistakes which would lead to the destruction of the whole elemental nation. And the poor soul, he will suffer a lot. What about our own son? Our Naruto. I'll show you his life, said Yami, as they saw that Naruto struggled a bit in the beginning, but then him with his mother's attitude and his father's intuition became the most unpredictable ninja, and slowly becoming from the hated to the most loved kid in not only Konoha but in the whole elemental nation. And he was also able to become a sage and a bridge between the Bijus as well as the elemental nation. Is this true? Why would I lie to you, Minato? This is your son's life. He is bound for greatness. Once you are done with this task, you would realize that why we chose you. Because you too are more than ever ready to sacrifice yourself, not ask for sacrifices like your counterpart. What? You see, the others, the counterparts of yours, said Yami, they made Hiruzen sacrifice himself instead of their own self, and seal the chakra within the twins that they had. Twins, yes. Aside from Naruto, they had twins. Triplets, you can say. Naruto was given the soul of the Kyuubi no Yoko, but with a hybrid seal that you made, Minato, or your counterpart. What? But why would I do that? Or why would he do that? You see, even if the faces resemble, your characteristics are not the same in each and every timeline, Minato. In each and every reality, you are a different person than the other, like a mirror image. I see, so I am not a good father there. As that is when we see Kami, Yami, and Shinigami nodded. But don't take it to heart. You're not that person. Even if you look the same, you're different. And that is why we have chosen you two to do this task. That child will need guidance and love. And you two will be there to give him that. What is our task? Said Minato, as Kushina looked at him and smiled. Yes, we would like to know. You two are to go there when he is infant. I will send you there in that time, and take him and go away from Konoha into hiding. Wouldn't they get suspicious? No, they don't care about him. They want him dead anyway. So, it would be better if you do this. And so, Minato and Kushina agreed, knowing and trusting Shinigami, Kami, and Yami about their own child. And now they realize that they might need to still get to raise their son, but from a different timeline. As parents as they were, they decided to go along with it. And so, in the next moment, they were consumed by white light. And next thing they saw, they were standing atop of the Hokage monument. And it was nighttime. There was still smoke rising. But they knew that the attack had already been happened. Minato, we're back. Yes, but not at our own home. We need to find Naruto, and fast. As now we see, Minato and Kushina henged and hided their chakras best as they could, and then first spied on the Hokage office, while Kushina went on to grab onto the child, after finding out where it was, leaving Minato alone to hear more about what is going on. as a council meeting was going on, in which Minato found quite horrific things that his counterpart was planning for young Naruto. Well, he is the one who possesses the soul of the Kyuubi no Yoko, and I, with a heavy heart, must say that I might have to denounce that child. But why, Minato-sama? Because the soul of the Kyuubi and an infant body, I don't know how they will react. Hiruzen-sama did not thought of that through. But now that it is done, there's nothing we can do about it. My sons and daughter are all heroes, but one has made the ultimate sacrifice. Naruto. I do not know how he will grow up. Either he will turn into Kyuubi or he will remain Naruto. It is entirely up to him. But Minato, don't you think it's quite cruel for your newborn to be not given a chance? I am to leave. I'm sorry, what? Yes, Danzo-sama over here will take the charge while I'm gone, in the absence of Hiruzen-sama. I have to trade my kids because they are bound by the prophecy that I stated, which was given to us through my sensei by the great elder Toad Gamamaru-sama. Fine, Minato. I guess we trust your words. As Minato, who was hearing his counterpart, felt extremely twisted inside his guts. He almost wanted to puke. This was his own self throwing his son down the drain, just so his other two could survive. As he heard Minato return back to the Hokage office, where Jiraiya was waiting. Are you sure this was the right decision, kid? Of course it was. Look, I know that I may not look like a parent, but this is the best choice of options that we have now. As that is when the door opened and Danzo came inside. Ah, Danzo-sama. Just the man I was waiting for. You played your part, Minato. You played your part. I get it. You have my full support, as well as the support of the Root Anbu from now on. Good to know. Good to know. And you will get the weapon that you needed. Naruto will make fine weapon, I know. But know this, once we return, if he is useful, we will take him back. Minato was disgusted by his other side. How could he end up become so cunning? And like this, and that is when he realized that Danzo was the one who might have been his sensei, his inspiration. Alright, Danzo-sama, I am leaving you in charge. As back at home we see Kushina was there as Minato followed him and saw that his counterpart arrived. You ready, Kushina? Yes. Where is Naruto? I have given him away. He has been taken to the orphanage. Good, good. You did good. Well, we don't have any time to waste. We gotta get out of here fast. As he held on to his children, you two are going to be quite great shinobi in Kunoichi. I can know it and feel it in my guts. Soon the whole world will respect the name Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. Don't you agree to it, Kushina? Of course I do, said Kushina with a smile on her face. As now we see, both of them left with Jiraiya and their kids, while on the other side Minato arrived back at the Hokage Tower where he saw that his own wife was there with Naruto, who was peacefully asleep in his arm, and had a troubled expression on her face. What is wrong, Kushina-chan? Is everything fine? No, everything is not fine, Minato. The other Kushina, I was mad at her, okay? I made herself known. I told her why I was there. Kushina, why would you do that? I was pissed because I am an Uzumaki, Minato, and Uzumakis never leave one of their own behind. And she almost felt guilty of what she was doing. It's like she's being manipulated. As Minato was taken aback by that. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. She handed me the child and looked at me with a pained expression and told me that please keep him far away. What could this mean? I don't know, Kushi-chan. I I can't know. Only you or her will be able to tell this. We have to get away, Minato. Far away from here. And so Minato and Kushina arrived far, far away and went to the almost border of the elemental nations. As soon as they arrived there, Minato made himself a safe house up into the woods, deep within the woods. And there, Kushina also was able to makes makeshift bag beds and were able to buy some stuff from the money that was given to them by the kami yami shinigami. Enough supplies so that they would be able to last at least a few months. Minato knew that he might have to go out and become a somewhat normal of a, well, mercenary, and so that he did. Wearing a mask and changing his attire, he was a B-rank mercenary at best, not wanting to reveal too much of himself to the elemental nations. He took mediocre tasks, getting enough pay just to survive. As life began to go by, as Naruto was now being raised by two parents who loved him, because Kushina, once she, alongside with Minato, held on to this Naruto, they were reminded of their own child. And at that moment they knew that they would love him. Time passed as Naruto reached at the age of 5 and was currently playing with his mother as we see Minato arrive. As Naruto dashed towards him. "To-chan, you're back!" As Minato had a smile on his face, taking his mask off. "Yes, I'm back, son. So, how was your today? And what about you, Kushi-chan?" "Everything was fine." "Everything is fine." As now we see, Kushina had a bump on her stomach, and that would mean that she was going to go into labor soon. She, being a magic shinobi for some time, was aware that she might have trouble, but she knew that she would be able to get through with it. And finally, now on Naruto's 6th birthday, on September, it came, as Kushina went into labor inside the house, as her clones were able to help deliver the baby and do the rest. As soon as they entered, it was a boy with red hair and blue eyes, and Naruto immediately knew that this was someone that he would protect with all his life. "What are we going to name him?" "Menma," said Minato, as Naruto was quite happy and even cheered, until he suddenly stopped and his eyes closed shut. "Naruto, is everything fine?" As his eyes opened, "Everything is not fine, Minato. Kushina, what are you two doing here? You do know that you are an anomaly here, right?" "Kyubi, I should have known, since Naruto is the one who possesses you." "Yes. Now do tell me, what are you two doing here?" "We were sent here by Kami, Yami, and Shinigami." "Please, don't harm him." "I won't." As Minato was taken aback. "Look, I do not know what my other self is like, but I, as the people call me, as the incarnate of hatred, am being, well, not treated well. I'm not the incarnate of hatred. I'm a sentient being with my own mind." "Wait, so you mean to say the other QB was also a sentient being?" "I do not know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But the thing is that in our world, each and every Biju is. It's just that the shinobi world never bothered to listen to our teachings or saying. They just thought of us as powerful chakra beings that could be used as weapon. And some of us just kept shut, knowing that as the time will go by, there will be a generation who will understand us." "Your son, he is quite different." "What do you mean?" "Naruto has been able to understand me and has been speaking to me quite a lot. I have been giving him my advice, as well as my teachings passed down to me from my father." "Who is your father?" "My creator, the sage of the sixth path." As both of them were taken aback by that, and never would have thought that the Kyubi no Yoko that caused them to be here in the first place would be someone akin to that. And let me tell you, the prophecy that this Minato spoke of is in fact the truth. The child of prophecy will be given a huge responsibility. And given the fact that you two are sent here by the goddesses, it must mean that Naruto is the child of prophecy, isn't he? Yes, good to know. I'll make sure that the kid grows up strong. But what is the prophecy? Is it the same as our? What do you mean? In our dimension, we only had Naruto as a child. We were planning to have a big family, yes, but a masked person attacked, claiming to be Madara Uchiha. I see. So that fool Uchiha still exists there. The world is similar to this one, but the only difference is that the people and everyone's mindset is different. And their personalities are quite different as well. I mean, I'm a piece of trash in this world. You're not. Your counterpart is. Yubi corrected him. Yes, I guess you're right. And so, the time began to pass by again, as Naruto was now training as well as growing up, and fast. Due to them being living close to the borderline of the elemental nations, it was very rare for a shinobi to go near them. Minato would go nearby to Eva, which was the most nearest village, in the form of a mercenary to do some jobs. It would take him a few days to go there and get back after doing a job. And never once he has gotten hurt. If anything, he has gotten much more sharper and stronger. And as for Naruto, he was able to enter into the KCM state. Both of them were able to find out alongside with Naruto that Kurama, which was the real name of the Kyuubi no Yoko, was Naruto's somewhat best friend and was able to gain chakra and give Naruto chakra as well, because the Kyuubi soul was itself the conductor of chakra, and the what Minato and Kushina, the other ones, had stored inside of them was the exhausted chakra of the Kyuubi no Yoko, meaning that the soul was regaining its true strength, and sooner or later it will, and once it does, the Kyuubi will become whole. And Naruto was growing up fast, watching over his little brother, Menma. As now we see, Naruto reached at the age of 13, as Menma was 6 years old. As Ina said, Nissan, come on, let's play. Let's play Shinobi. I'll be the Hokage and you'll be the villain. I'm tired now, Menma. So maybe later. As Menma then quivered his lip, as immediately Naruto got up. Alright, let's play. As now we see, Naruto began to play with his little brother. While this was going on, we see that Naruto suddenly heard rustling into the bushes and got in front of Menma. Menma, go inside and lock the doors. Remember the hand seals, right? Yeah, use them. Use the Fuin arts to make a barrier. As Naruto was aware that both of his parents have gone out to do a task that his father told that they need to do. And once they returned, they were not alone. They were with a girl who was 1 or 2 years older than Naruto. Tojan, Kajan, said Naruto, helping out them with the girl. She was wounded quite badly, as she was brought inside, as the barrier was dropped until it was erupted again. And the whole hut that was made there, the small house itself alongside the area, disappeared. The seal was made so with the help of Kyuubi that people would go through by it like nothing existed there in front of them. The strongest kenjutsu out there that even the dojutsu like Rinnegan could not even be able to break. As now we see, inside Naruto brought out the bandages that they had and was able to use the healing chakra alongside his mother that has been taught to him. As Menma was nearby his father, Tojan, what is going on? Everything is fine, Menma. Just stay there, son. Everything will be fine. As now we see, it took a few minutes, but after that, all the rustling stopped. She stabilized. As all of them made a sigh of relief. What happened, Tojan? Konoha just launched an all-out war against Eva. Because of Eva threats. Turns out that Danzo is planning something big, an all-out domination, and has caused a war with Eva first. Eva has been destroyed. And who is she? She is Kuratsuchi, daughter of Akatsuchi, and granddaughter of Oniki. At least she was before her whole village was wiped out. As that is when we see Kurtsuchi begin to get up. As soon as she did, she was quite shocked to find the familiar faces that she hated. Minato, Kushina, you have a damn nerve to bring me here. Calm down. We did not do anything. Oh yeah? By your orders, your village attacked us. What makes you... As that is when we see Kyubi no Yoga took over Naruto. Calm the hell down, child. You're injured. Kyubi no Yoga. But how? Listen to them. They're not the same Minato and Kushina. How can that be? That is because we're not. We are sent here from a different world. As Menma was blocked out because of that, the child and that child are not aware of this fact. And why are we telling you this is because you have no place else to go. If you wish to stay here, you need to be transparent so that you won't blurt out everything in front of the child. And not only that, we don't want you to cause any harm to both of them as well. Fine, I guess. I'll listen. As after that we see Naruto was able to come back to his senses. Jeez, Kurama, why do you block me off like that? What did you say? Nothing, kid. I swear. Fine, I'll trust you. As after that we see Naruto noticed that his father and mother have made some sort of orb around the girl. And for some reason he and Menma couldn't hear it. Nissan, can you hear what they're saying? No. Kurama, I can't as well. Don't lie to me. I know you can. I'm sorry, kid, but some words are not for your ears. It would be better if you just don't. As this was going on in the said village, we go back in Konoha, where we see Minato and Kushina and Menma and Mito were welcomed back like prideful heroes, as they were ready to fulfill the prophecy. But unaware of that, behind the scenes, from all the people, Minato arrived. Danzo-sama, you have done great. Truly a remarkable job. Destroying Eva. Well, it was weakened. Of course. Here you go, Minato. Your hat and your position. It suits you best. Don't you agree? Even if it does, I'm just an old man. I had a dream, a vision about the village, and for its dominance across the whole elemental nations. I have started it, and I want you to finish it, Minato. Of course I will. Leave everything to me, Danzo-sama. I'll make your dream come into a reality. Of course I know you will. Of course I know you will, my dear boy. As after that we see Konoha under Minato's rule caused war from smallest of reasons with even Kiri as well as other villages. As the war was beginning to rage, we see that Menma and Mito took to the battlefield because of the action. Kurtsuchi, well on the other side, was aware of the news and was still settling down with Naruto as well as Menma. After a few months passed with staying near them and by their side, Kurtsuchi was able to realize that Naruto was a kind soul, and so could be said for Menma. He was an angel. And even if she wanted to hate them, she couldn't bring herself to, because Naruto was just a caring person. And Minato and Kushina, those two, they have been transparent with her. And even if she wanted to hate them, she couldn't, because she knew that her hatred was not justified towards them, but towards the Minato and Kushina who were in the, well, headlines everywhere in the news, because they have caused a war, an all-out war to assert their dominance. As now we see, Minato and Kushina both have decided to not go out into the, well, shinobi world, because they might get in the middle of the war. But the war was able to find them. People of Konoha, men of Konoha arrived there, leading by Kakashi Hatake and Menma Uzumaki himself, and they were threatening the villagers and its leader to either surrender to them or become a part of Konoha or die. Obviously, the village didn't care about the shinobi world and has been living its own life for quite a long time, since the history of the mankind in the elemental nations, and they rejected the idea. And Menma was about to kill him until Naruto arrived in front of him, using the Harishin and blocked it off with a trap-pronged kunai that looked a little bit different from Menma. As Menma's eyes widened, "You. Mother told me about you." As Naruto then said, "I have only one mother." As Menma then said, "Of course you do, but you are being fooled." As Naruto jumped back, "I'm not the one who is being fooled, you are." As Menma then said, "Kakashi, what is it, Menma? Take care of them. Leave the kid to me." Hi. As now we see Menma as well as Naruto begin to battle as Menma was pushing Naruto hard while Naruto was defending. This was his first experience in a real life battle. Kurama was guiding him and Naruto was able to defend and deflect and parry each and every attack but also counter at the same time. That is when Menma dashed after him as Naruto threw him away and got in front of Menma. "No!" As the grown-up Menma of this world had said, "Menma." As that is when he realized the kid resembled him somewhat. "So, who is that, my little brother?" "Menma, go back to the house and stay there." As that is when we see Minato and Kushina arrive there next to him, alongside with Kurtsuchi. "I helped out the villagers. The forces of Konoha are being pushed back. It will be no time before they come out of the wall." Until they came face to face with Menma, who was standing in front. "You," said Kurtsuchi. "Well, well. So it was true. Turns out mother was right. It was worth to keep her promise, I guess." As Kushina looked directly into her eyes. "What did your mother say?" "Nothing, that just a kind lady came in and took the burden away." "He is not a burden. If anything, he should be your brother." "Well, I want to consider him that, but knowing this that he is fighting against me, how can I?" As Naruto was still tense, but Kurama told him that Menma was coming down. As his chakra decreased, "Look, we might need your help sooner or later on. Mother is being, well, Mother is being led behind by father. And we have noticed that our father is not a great man. Obviously, since we were raised by them to be great heroes, we thought that it was only right what he was doing, because he knew best. He always told us that. But he doesn't, obviously. I may be an arrogant prick and whatnot, but what I am not is a kin herder or deserter. That is something unforgivable. Mother told us once we were about to return about you, Kushina-san. I hope you don't mind me calling that since it's weird. It's fine, Menma. Me and Mita were quite curious to meet our brother. But not only that, I'm quite shocked to find out that I have a mini-me over here as well. Well, he is not. I'm not. I see. So he got a childhood that I didn't. Ah, man, I'm jealous of that. Listen, I'm gonna only say this once, because the next time I face you, we might be enemies, Naruto. You have to kill us all. That is the only way to free us from this curse." As Naruto's eyes widened, and so did everyone else. "What? Look, me and Mito, we also have done a lot of crimes in the name of justice and of our father. We too were manipulated. But the way I see it, fuck him. I'm done playing by his rules and as his puppet. There's only one person who can save us, and that is you. Next time I won't hold back. If you want to save everything you want to protect here, Naruto, you have to kill me and your sister. That is the only way." As Menma then disappeared with the Harishin that was red. What did he mean? As Minato and Kushina looked down. "It's time, Minato-san, Kushina-san. You know that he needs to know the truth." "What truth?" As Naruto at the age of 14 was revealed the whole truth. and he was quite devastated and shocked to find out about this. And so, the forces retreated back for the time being. As now we see, time begin to pass by. As now we go towards Menma's perspective. They have just done Amegakure, and Mito has returned from there, devastating it, alongside with her own team. Hello, brother. I heard that you were, well, failing in order to conquer a small village, which is on the edge, a no-name village. It turns out I find quite something there. I found our brother. As Mito halted, you did it? You found him? Yes. The one who will be able to end this all. Finally. Finally, we'll be able to rest. Curse those seals, Menma. If there was a way, we would have been able to survive. I know. As that is when two seals begin to erupt from the necks. What have you found? Said Minato as he arrived there, as both of them fell down to their knees. We didn't find anything, except just a bunch of wasteful people there. It was worthless, father. Trust us. Fine. Since you two are quite good weapons of mine, I'll consider it. As now we see, once Minato left, Kushina arrived, who also had a similar seal. Both of you, are you okay? Yes, we're fine. But what did you find? Did you find him? Yes, said Menma. He's happy. I even found a mini-me. What? They had a son. They named him Menma. He's an innocent kid. As now we see, as Kushina looked sad while hugging her children, as their reality was revealed. Kushina never wanted to do this, but Minato, who was under the influence and being well taught by Danzo, was a cunning man and has placed a seal on Kushina's neck, an obedience seal. And because of that she had to agree, in order to save her children's life, who also had been placed with the same seal. Naruto wasn't needed, so he wasn't placed with it, because he was already being used in the grand plan of Minato and Danzo. As now we see, back to the present. It will be over, I told him what was needed to be told. I told him next time we fight we will be enemies, and once we die, we'll be free from this curse, mother, forever. I'm sorry, my children. I wish there was a way for you to at least survive. No. We have done horrible things for that man. There's no way we would have been allowed to live anyway, if there was a way. So I'd rather die by the hands of my own brother than being executed. As Mito also nodded, as the three of them hugged one another, crying at their cruel fate. And Kushina, crying because she had fallen in love with such a cunning man. She was deceived. As now we see, time began to pass by, as the war was raging on, and Naruto was ready. He knew what he needed to do. He had to save his brother and sister. At first he was angry at Minato and Kushina for hiding this from him, but then he realized something that Kurama once told him and made him realize. They were still his parents, regardless of if they were from a different timeline. They even told him that they had a son named Naruto there that resembled him. That was all he needed to know. He was their son, because he was raised by them. And Menma was his brother, both the older one and the little one. Nissan, I have to go do this, Menma. Don't try to stop me. I won't, but be careful. And save the old me, okay? I will. As Naruto was about to leave until he got caught by Kurtsuchi as he blushed. Kurtsuchi-chan. You know you're a bad liar, Naruto. A really bad one. You and I both know that once you go out there, there is a little to no chance that you will return in quite a long time. You do know that, right? Yes. But this is something that I had to do. I have to do it in order to protect them, protect him. I hope you know what you're doing. I know. Screw it, I'm going with you, said Kurtsuchi, and so Naruto and Kurtsuchi both went and wore a mask. And first thing they did, they infiltrated Konoha. And once they arrived there, they were trying to find Kushina as well as Menma and Mito. But they bumped into Minato. And once he saw Naruto, he captured him and brought out his counterparts, which he was able to bring out due to extensive torture as Kushina was wheelchaired there. Kajan, what have you done? Well, she has not been obedient, so I had to taught her a lesson. As now we see, Menma and Mito arrived there. Both of them had red eyes, because they have been crying. We're sorry. We have to do this. As they charged at Naruto, Naruto was defending himself, and that is when he found a way. He used shadow clones, and both of them, as he threw smoke bombs, began to work on their seal matrices, and Naruto was successful. Menma and Mito felt light, while on the other side Minato felt quite pissed because he realized something was off. Something is not right. As Naruto suddenly bursted out from behind Kushina, who was on a wheelchair, as Naruto did the same as the seal unlocked. As Naruto, then using the Kurama's help and chakra, pumped huge amount of chakra into Kushina, causing her to rejuvenate and get back to her prime. She stood up from her wheelchair and, with narrowed eyes, dashed towards Minato. Kushina, do you know what you are doing? She brought out a kunai and literally caused a slash to appear across his eyes, causing him to go blind as he became agonized by the pain. Kill her! Kill them all! As Naruto then released the KCM2 avatar state, causing a Bijudama to be made, as his whole family was shocked. Kushina, as well as Menma and Mito, as the two of them were taken as the Bijudama was dropped on Konoha, causing it to be wiped out, clean from the center. Many of the men alongside Minato died, but Minato by some cruel fate was able to survive. He was taken by the Akatsuki, by at least one member who was able to survive, Zetsu, being manipulated by him and reconstructed with the help of Hashirama cells, while on the other side, everyone else made a sigh of relief Minato was preparing. As the time went by, we see that Naruto was not able to only gain his whole family back, but it was much bigger. So his little brother Menma was given the name Menma Jr., which he didn't like, but the older Menma was at least happy to know that his counterpart was able to live a happy life, something that he yearned for. And this father of his, whoever once appeared in front of him, he caused him to flinch, was not so bad as well. He was quite the opposite of what his own father was. And Mito was also quite finding it surreal. And for the first time, the Kushina of this world was jealous of the one who arrived here, because of her luck. As now we see, Minato and the other one, and Zetsu were able to find them all. And once they did, the whole family stood against him. You all betrayed me. No, you betrayed yourself, Minato. You betrayed all of us. I was your wife. I fell in love with you. You manipulated me. You manipulated our kids. You turned them into weapons. I was doing everything for them. They could have been king and queens of the whole elemental nation. Kushina, this world has taken everything from us. People like you and me, we could have done something. What is that man doing that I'm not doing right? I'm loving the children and giving them their own space to grow. Something that you never did. Something that you never considered. Their feelings. Their emotions. You never considered them as your family. You considered them as tools of war. Because you wanted to justify your ego. And you know what? Whenever I look at you, all I look at is cheap copy, a knockoff, an image that is just disgusting. You will pay for this, as he tried to charge only for Naruto to appear in front of him and Rasengan him into the guts, as he then looked towards Naruto. Yes, you. You're my perfect child. I'm someone who you were ready to throw away. Or have you forgotten, father? Said Naruto with venom. Leave me and my family alone. You have caused enough harm to them. In the eyes of the world, you alongside them all are dead. People are living in peace. But for how long? As that is when we see Naruto used his hand that turned into Kurama's chakra avatar hand and grabbed onto Zetsu. What this? I've been trying to find you, Zetsu, said Naruto. Now you will die. As Naruto used a few hand seals as Earth itself began to rip apart in front of Minato. What are you doing? As it began to form around him. Sage arts, Chibaku Tensei, said Naruto. As Zetsu was being sealed, Naruto kicked Minato in the face, sending him across the air. Go and remain near your friend for eternity. Leave us the hell alone. As now we see, Minato screamed and called for help, and even to his children and wife, trying to manipulate them one last time, but it all failed in the end. The manipulator was gone. Konoha was gone. They were wiped out clean from the face of the earth itself. And now, there was peace everywhere. Kushina, Menma, and Mito knew that they would have to live with a different face if they want to live into the outer world, because they have been causing chaos left and right. People were celebrating their death. But more than ever, they were happy that their brother was at least safe. And they were safe now. They all moved because of Kushina's suggestion to Uchiha Gakure. Where once they arrived, we see that Kami, Yami, and Shinigami were waiting for Minato and Kushina there. As Menma Jr. and Naruto was next to them. What is going on? Kami-sama, Yami-sama, Shinigami-sama, you have done your task well. You know, you do deserve a reward. We can give you your life back in your own world. Of course, young Menma can go there as well. Naruto has grown up there, become a Hokage, loved by all. As they saw a visage of Naruto, the seventh Hokage, standing there, the savior of the whole elemental nations, and him being married to Hinata Yuga, and having kids as well. It was all too much enticing. The people they knew and loved were all there, not some twisted cheap copies. It's alright if you want to go. I'll miss you, but it's fine. You do deserve your own happiness, to see your own son. You're our son as well. I think our son has made a great life for himself. He doesn't need us anymore. I hope and pray that he will be a father, much greater than even me. Of course he is. He is going to be. Then I'm happy to remain here with my sons and daughter. Yes, I wish to remain with my twin as well, said Kushina, as this shocked the rest. But why? This world is war-torn. We're war criminals here, Tojan. It's fine. As long as we have one another, we're fine with that. And besides, we'll find a rundown small village where we can all live a peaceful life. I see. Thank you. As Minato and Kushina then hugged this Naruto. And even Menma did. You can't get rid of us, Nissan. Of course I can. As Minato motioned for both Menma and Mito, the adults, to come in, and they did, hesitantly, and they were hugged as well. As Kushina watched this from afar, her own twin, which was well with Minato, pushed her inside, as she was hugged. You guys, you're making me all mushy and stuff, said Kuratsuchi as she jumped in, and caused a big group hug. And so, now we see, Kamiyami and Shinigami had a smile on their face, and then said, Alright then. We'll make people forget at least about you. There would be other tyrants, so you can live freely wherever you choose. This is the least we can do. And with that wish, they were given new identities of a sort, a fresh start, something that they needed. And so now we see Minato and Kushina and their children, and quite different of a family, were now going to live their new lives there. And Naruto was happy that his parents and siblings all were together there with him to celebrate that. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the short movie of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.